On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be covering week 4 of 4 for warehouse robotics and automation, and this week we're covering maintenance. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. As mentioned in the intro, we're going to be covering the maintenance of robotics and automation in warehouses today, and we have 5 tips that we'd like to get you started with. The very first one is going to be making sure that you report reoccurring issues. So if you see that there's something going wrong with the machine, if there's any sort of lights indicating an issue, if you see any fluids leaking from a machine, or anything that's going on in your warehouse, factory, or facility in general that looks like it's out of place, make sure that you always report it. The second thing is going to be going through and asking questions. If you don't know something, or if you have questions for some reason, make sure that you always ask. Don't assume. It's always going to be better to ask. There are no stupid questions or dumb questions when it comes to safety. The third thing that we want to cover is making sure that you follow all safety guidelines. So never go out of the box or do things that you feel are correct, or just do anything whatsoever that goes beyond the guidelines or the safety operations of your facility, because the rules and the regulations are there for your and your staff's safety. So make sure that you never go away from those. The next thing is going to be making sure that you always check for guards. Make sure that if there are safety lines, such as with our sponsor, Mighty Line, that you're behind those lines, that you have the guards on the machine that are supposed to be there. If they've been removed for any reason, make sure that you never operate that machinery, because the guards are there for your safety. And that's going to lead us into the last and certainly not least tip, and that is make sure that you never reach into a machine farther than you're supposed to, beyond guards, into pinch zones or crush zones. And the reason why is because there is a reason that the guards are there, and there's a reason that, again, sponsors such as Mighty Line that have tape down for your protection to know exactly where you can reach. Sometimes there are lasers, sometimes there's lights that will stop the machine if you reach past a certain point, but don't ever rely on them as a guarantee. So always make sure that you follow the rules and regulations of your specific facility. But these 5 tips are going to be a great place to get started. And we have a very, very exciting milestone coming up for you next week. And that is, we will have brought you 260 episodes in a row for 5 years of warehouse safety tips. We can't thank you enough, because it's because of you that we do this podcast, and we can't thank you enough for constantly coming back for all your safety tips. If there's something that we can do in the future, be sure to let us know. Otherwise, we'll keep bringing you the best safety tips that we possibly can. So until then, we want to also make sure that you have an absolutely great and happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving, that you have a great day, and above all else, stay safe. And here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic, and backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.